Live from KSAT 12, the News at Noon starts right now.
It's not often we get to say get ready for the rain in the summertime, but this week you will need to be aware of the weather.
Absolutely, yes. We were talking about some storms that are headed our way, and we're giving you a heads up because you know what? Today looks really nice outside, but we could have some major rain event coming soon. Let's take a look real quick at live cam Ursula across the city of San Antonio, and a little bit of a cloudy start to your work week.
Yeah, we've got nice puffy clouds, but this is nothing compared to what the meteorologists in our newsroom are looking at down the road.
But we're focusing on Wednesday and Thursday, guys. Those are going to be the 2 days, really Wednesday afternoon especially, where we could get some good tropical moisture in here. Now, look, there are still some questions we have to answer. This thing has not developed just yet, but we're starting to get a better idea of how this may evolve because we are starting to see this low move out into the Gulf of Mexico. So let me show you the current setup. And what you're looking at here is the tropical satellite picture. And actually, I'm going to go back for you. And where you see those dark orange colors, that's where we're seeing thunderstorms developing. And that is the sign of a potentially system that's organizing. We've still got to get the area of low pressure to kind of get out over the Gulf. But I think in the coming hours and coming days, you'll see this organize a little bit more, regardless of whether or not it moves and turns into a tropical depression or a tropical storm. I think the effects for us are still the same, even if it gets a name. The effects for us is going to be heavy rain. Let me show you a model that we just looked at within the last couple of hours. It's come into our computer system, and you can see it pushes a lot of good, deep tropical moisture into the area by Wednesday. And this is the time frame where we could see some very heavy rain. The atmosphere is going to be laden with moisture, and that means that any shower or storm that develops will put down some very efficient rainfall. Rain chances on Wednesday, 70%, 60% on Thursday. We're going to talk about how much rain we could potentially see here in San Antonio. That's coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. With the potential of flooding, as Justin just said, the San Antonio River Authority is encouraging you to go ahead and plan ahead. Aaron Cavazos with the River Authority says San Antonio is in flash flood alley. That means we're at higher risk for flooding because of our terrain, our soil, and our rainfall rates. The River Authority relies on its 200 low water crossing sensors to let us know when there's going to be flooding or road closures. And that's now accessible, by the way, in the Waze app.
When it rains, they're very dangerous.
You hear it all the time. Turn around, don't drown.
Joseph Villarreal with San Antonio Aware and Prepared says there are also ways to protect your property right now. That includes trimming the trees that could fall on your home, clearing out the drains on your street, and securing outdoor furniture. Meanwhile, the River Authority is looking into the flooding solution to flooding. It's working with the city on capital improvements as well as FEMA updating Bexar County's floodplain maps.
All right, and taking a look at the roads, obviously that'll be something that we will continue to monitor as we make our way through the rest of this week. But taking a look right now, TransGuide traffic cameras, I-10 westbound right there at Woodlawn. You see that bridge joint work is continuing in that area right there. We are seeing one of the main lanes get through right now as they continue all that bridge work under there as that downtown at the Y project. But there is a change that we want to let you know about if you drive around the downtown area. So TxDOT is closing the San Saba entrance to I-10 West to help some of the traffic delays that we've had in this area. Obviously, if you drive through, you see it's been a major bottleneck. Drivers will be detoured on Camaron Street to get back onto I-10 West, and this is because of that major bottleneck we've seen in the past couple of weeks since that bridge work started on the upper level of I-10. And this detour now, this closure, is expected to stay in place through this fall.
Happening right now, community leaders in the San Antonio ISD meeting with students, staff, and others involved in the district to pound out some of those new school closures. The facilities repurposing panel began a meeting at 9 this morning. It's going to go until 2 this afternoon. Last week, the district announced that they're working with the counselors of Real Estate Consulting Corps, paid for by a grant. The group is offering suggestions, a list of the best practices for repurposing those 12 closed schools.
The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says an inmate at the jail died after suffering from a medical episode inside his cell. BCSO says a detention deputy found 2 unresponsive inmates in their cells on Saturday night. Medical staff administered Narcan to both those inmates. However, 36-year-old Juan Moreno Hernandez was pronounced dead soon after. Authorities believe Moreno Hernandez took an unidentified substance. BCO says the second inmate, a 50-year-old man, regained consciousness after getting that Narcan. He was taken to a local hospital. The BCSO Internal Affairs Unit is now conducting an administrative investigation.
Looking ahead, we're keeping an eye on a board meeting tonight at Uvalde CISD. Right now, the details are limited, but according to the meeting's agenda, the board members could be resigning, at least one of them. We've learned that board member Laura Perez set to be appointed to fill the east zone of the district during the meeting. We're also going to keep you posted online as we learn more about the shuffle going on there.
This month marks 2 years since 53 migrants were found dead in a trailer on the southwest side. You may remember that tragic incident. Well, since then, loved ones are remembering those victims at a memorial on Quintana Road. Angelita Orvera has made it a point to remember those lives lost. Several times a week, she cleans the crosses, helps keep the area clean, and makes it a solemn place for families to grieve. And soon, Councilwoman Adriana Rocha Garcia says that this slab that you see right there will become a permanent memorial.
I figured that this memorial might be an opportunity for them to come pray and maybe get a tiny bit of closure, even figuring out exactly where their loved one was when they took their final breath.
And the councilwoman tells us that 53 blocks of limestone will represent the 53 lives lost. Each one will have a different height, matching a victim's age. A rosary service will be held June 29th at 5 in the evening.
In courts this week, we're going to begin live streaming the trial of Andres Tarnova. It's tomorrow. He's accused of murdering 49-year-old Marisol Klingelhofer back in 2021. Klingelhofer was shot, dismembered, and then her remains burned in barrels. Her ex-boyfriend, Tarnova, was charged with the murder. According to the arrest affidavit, he allegedly murdered her because he believed she had stolen items from him that belonged to his father, his dead father. Tarnova's trial will start tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. You can watch the live stream on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and KSAT's YouTube page. If found guilty, Tarnova faces up to life in prison. A San Antonio woman says the Bexar County justice system has failed her.
Her husband cleared of criminal wrongdoing despite making sexually graphic comments about her children and saying that he wanted her soul in a recorded phone conversation. Juan Hernandez Barrios was charged with harassment, but his trial in late March ended almost as soon as it began, after the judge tossed out those recordings. Dr. Melissa Graham said prosecutors were severely unprepared to try this case.
I never had a contact number on who to follow up with because nobody ever contacted me from the DA's office.
Coming up at 6 o'clock, you're going to hear portions of the phone call in question as the DA's office responds to Graham's accusations.
All right, still ahead on KSAT News at noon, we are taking you to the pitch. San Antonio FC is having a rough year, and what this latest loss means for the team and what needs to happen for them to get back on a winning streak.
Plus, many people don't think of asthma during the summer, but doctors say it is something to be mindful of. Why summer weather can make your asthma symptoms even worse. It's coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Well, around 25 million people in the U.S. have asthma, and this time of year, summer, we know that weather can worsen those symptoms.
And this is especially seen when stormy weather hits during the summer, which we're about to have. That's because the humidity and the wind associated with thunderstorms breaks those pollens down into smaller particles, and they're easier to breathe when they're smaller. The research shows that asthma sufferers are at increased risk of needing to go to the emergency room during severe weather. But these patients can also protect themselves.
One, I think if somebody has asthma, trying to really do some reflection about what seems to be the triggers. Is it driven by allergy? Do you have associated allergic rhinitis or inflammation of the sinuses related to allergy?
Now, if allergies trigger asthma, reducing your exposure, obviously, by staying indoors at times of high pollen, You can take an allergy or an asthma medication as prescribed, but here's important stuff. You need to avoid touching your eyes and frequently check with amazing meteorologists like Adam Caskey and Justin Horn.
Absolutely, yes. You know, I stepped outside today and I felt a little bit of an itch in my throat. I was like, that's interesting. This makes sense now.
And now it makes sense.
Yes.
I've had a scratchy throat for about a week and a half. I'm saying it's mold.
Well, the molds have been up, and they're going to stay up, especially with this chance of rain in the forecast. Not only that, guys, we do have a little bit of Saharan dust in the atmosphere today. It'll be brief. It's only here for a day, but it does get to a few folks. Pollen count today, molds are moderate, 630. So there's your mold count. And again, it may go up a little bit more with rain in the forecast. Very quickly, too, there's a look at your radar. We're seeing some showers and storms developing up to the east of San Antonio with more to come. That forecast is coming up.
All right, we're on the lookout for rain and maybe more than we bargained for.
Definitely. It was scorching hot over the weekend. Obviously, happy belated Father's Day, Justin.
Oh,
you.
yeah.
But yes, there we go.
Oh, yeah. Happy Father's Day.
But yeah, we are expecting some rain to make its way here.
Yes, and I think this is something we've all been kind of waiting on, right? We always say it's during the summer months where tropical weather can have a big influence on our forecast, and it can bring rain. We just don't need it to bring too much. At the moment, looks like we could get some decent rainfall totals around the area. We'll show you those here in just a second. First, we got to start out with here and now because we've got some showers out there, some downpours that have already developed. These are not associated with that tropical system, but you are going to get some brief heavy rain. They're not going to last long at all. Everything's kind of moving off to the north and west. We're not seeing anything here around San Antonio, but out around Howattsville, Gonzales, you've seen a couple of these downpours, and then down towards Cuero and Goliad. Very quick moving showers, and I think we'll see a few more of these as the afternoon wears on. Probably about a 20% chance of rain. Let's go outside for you. Already 90. Feels hotter than that when you factor in the humidity. It's going to feel like it's in the mid-90s, and by the afternoon, you'll see heat index values close to 100. 82 in Bernie right now, 87 in Kerrville, and partly cloudy skies. Here's our forecast. 95 at 4 o'clock, 20% chance of rain. We'll keep that going into the evening hours, down to 93, and then down into the low 80s tonight, but still very humid and still staying very warm. Clouds and radar. You can see there are thick clouds as you get out towards Beaumont. Now that is some of that tropical moisture starting to feed north. And what you'll see is this kind of gradually work its way west as this system in the Gulf gets a little bit closer. And yes, already seen a few showers here along the Gulf Coast as we showed you. Let's now go down into the Gulf of Mexico. There is the little swirl that has to sort of emerge out into the Gulf. And there's still some questions as to exactly where it will set up and exactly where this thing will move because this is the beginning stages. We've got to get this thing actually out over the water and developing. But the Hurricane Center does give this a 70% chance of development. So we feel pretty confident that we will get some kind of development. But as I said off the top of the show, regardless of whether or not this gets a name, the story for us is going to be the same. It's going to be a chance of good tropical downpours. So by 2 o'clock tomorrow, we've got just the sprinkly showers, a lot like today, 20% chance of rain. But you've got this shield of rain that'll be developing out in the Gulf. That'll work its way into Houston by tomorrow afternoon and then along the coast early Wednesday. By Wednesday morning, we're starting to see some of these showers and storms work inland towards San Antonio and towards some of our eastern counties. I think by Wednesday afternoon, you'll see this area of deep tropical moisture working in. And so by Wednesday afternoon, this is when we're talking about some pockets of heavy rain. And if you get some of these areas where the showers and storms sort of train, that's where you can really pick up some big rainfall totals, and that's what we'll be watching. In general, I think San Antonio be on the order of 2 to 4 inches of rain on average, not a guarantee. As you go east, 3 to 5 inches of rain for some of our eastern counties. And as you get down to the coast, up to 7 inches of rain. Those numbers will fall off as you move west. So again, there is the threat for some flash flooding. There is a moderate risk of flash flooding in that color where it's red there. That's where flash flooding risk will be at its highest. The rest of the areas within the slight risk, either way. Once this rain comes down, and it will come down heavy, you could see some street flooding happen rather quickly. So again, Wednesday's the day we're watching. 70% chance of rain, 60% chance on Thursday, which, by the way, summer officially begins on Thursday. What a way to begin it. 88 on Friday, and then we'll get some warmer temperatures by the weekend with lower rain chances, guys.
I love the look of that forecast. We need it.
It'll be nice.
Does look good. Yeah, I asked Justin, I was like, what about roads on Wednesday? He was like, yeah, you're probably going to need to.
You're going to be busy, RJ.
Be a little bit busy that day. All right, coming up next in sports, a tough UFL championship game, to say the least, for our San Antonio Brahmas. We're unfortunately taking a look back at what led to the Brahmas' bad blowout loss, coming up after the break. Welcome back. Well, the Brahmas rode into St. Louis looking for a win, a championship, not only for themselves, but also for the Alamo City here. And let's just say this was not a good day for our Brahmas against the Birmingham Stallions. The Stallions were dominant in the UFL championship game, getting out to a 16-0 lead in the third quarter, and the Brahmas unfortunately could not respond. Mistakes like that one right there. The Brahmas struggled all game on offense and failed to convert on big third and fourth down possessions, and the Stallions took advantage of that, scoring 25 points and shutting out the Brahmas in the UFL championship game.
Yeah, I thought, the third one I was past the line to gain. I wasn't. Obviously, I got to be more aware. That's on me. And then, it's football. Guys, get heated at each other.
It's a great season, bad game. That's what it came down to. And I'm not taking away from anything from Birmingham. They obviously are a really good football team. They played great today. I thought we had a chance against them because we beat them during the regular season, but we were at home then. But they just outplayed us today.
Yeah, that was Birmingham's only loss this season, and a big part of this loss yesterday were the struggles in the rushing game. The Brahmas ran 16 times for only 52 yards, and the Stallions ran away with this title 35 times for 210 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Looking to keep their title hopes alive tonight, just like Game 4. Every single game from here on out, it's win or go home Dallas. All right. Well, the Mavs dominating the Game 4, winning by nearly 40% points. But now they have to go back to Boston tonight for Game 5. That one's going to hurt. The Celtics need one more win to get championship number 18. Tip-off is at 7:30. You can watch it all right here on KSAT 12.
All right, well, the summer is for soccer and San Antonio FC. They're actually down a bunch of players, some due to injury and some for international tournaments, and that means there just is not much room for any mistakes. SAFC on the road at Indy 11, that's tough right there. They had a chance to get on the board on a penalty kick, but just saw right there, it was blocked by the goalie. Indy wins this one 1-2-0, dropping San Antonio to 4-6. Those 6 losses match the total number of losses from last season.
Yeah, no, we just, obviously disappointed with the result. It's one of them where you kind of just kick yourself because you dominated the game in a lot of areas and created so many chances, but couldn't put it in the back of the net. And I think those are the encouraging part that you could take from the game and going into the next game, which is a quick turnaround. And that's just the positives we want to take and just continue grinding. I think the results will fall for us. But we got to continue believing in what we're doing.
Well, coming up, the club is at Birmingham Legion FC. I like that name there. Well, that's going to be Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. And just a reminder, the Copa America competition begins Thursday night. Mexico plays Saturday, and the U.S. plays on Sunday at Jerry World. Ursula, I wanted to go back real quick. Congratulations to the Brahmas. They had themselves a pretty good season, plus Tom Brady.
Yes, and I really like the way, Wade Phillips said that. We had a great season and a really bad game. Only takes one bad game at the end of the season.
That's the way he breaks it down.
Yes.
Very simple.
Very simple. Still ahead in our next half hour, the 24 presidential election may be just a few months away, but campaigning is going hard. The key states that President Biden and former President Donald Trump are visiting ahead of their debate next week.
Plus, the major warning the Surgeon General wants to put on social media. Yes, social media. This comes as mental health in children and teens is rapidly declining. That's coming up after the break. Welcome back. Well, there's a major request coming from the U.S. Surgeon General that could affect the way we all consume this right here, the phone, social media. Yes, he is demanding that Congress put a warning label on social media apps similar to the ones on cigarettes and alcohol.
And for good reason. It's the result of many studies showing that social media has become a major contributor to mental health declines in young people. A 2019 American Medical Association study, in fact, showed that teens who spend 3 hours a day on social media double their risk of depression. According to a recent Gallup poll, teens spend nearly 5 hours a day on these apps. The Surgeon General says Congress passing warning label legislation may have an impact and reduce the mental health trend.
All right, Ursula, we've been talking a lot about the weather coming our way here. Well, in the West Coast, extreme heat is fueling multiple wildfires that are raging in Southern California right now. North of Los Angeles, there's an area covering over 22 square miles that is burning, forcing at least 1,200 people to evacuate. The fire beginning over the weekend has burned more than 14,000 acres and is only 8% contained. At least a dozen fires are burning across California.
Taking a look outside with live cam, pretty puffy clouds, lots of sun in between them, 92 degrees, beautiful summer day out there.
Very nice day today.
Yeah. But you know, I'm really digging on your weather forecast, although it might be too much of a good thing on the way.
Well, that's the line, that fine line that we've got to walk, right? We always want the good soaking rains. We oftentimes, though, when that happens, get a little bit too much. We'll see how this one plays out, but there is the threat for some flooding around the area. As we look at the numbers right now, it's hot. We got up to 100 yesterday. We're going to be a little cooler than that today, I think, because of some cloud cover, but hot nonetheless. This is the current heat index. 102 is what it feels like. 104 in Converse, 104 in Floresville. So much humidity out there, and that's leading to these heat indices jumping up, and they could go as high as 105 this afternoon. Places like Gonzales and Nixon are going to see pretty extreme heat indices. This is where I think we end up 105 by, say, midday or so, or as we head in towards the afternoon, 105, 107 potentially west. So very hot afternoon when you factor in that humidity here across South Texas. I also have to mention that we could see a little bit of dust today, some of that Saharan dust. Now keep in mind, this is a light concentration, and most of this is suspended way up in the atmosphere, so we don't really notice it here at the ground. It doesn't really have a whole lot of effect, other than you'll see some hazy skies and hazy sunrises and sunsets. This only lasts through about tomorrow because that rain that we're forecasting washes a lot of this out of the atmosphere. Our forecast: Wednesday, 70% chance of rain. Thursday, 60%. Yes, some good rainfall. We'll take another look at those chances and how this system might evolve coming up in just a few minutes.
President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump both kicking off major campaign events this week.
That's right. November's coming fast, and these events are happening just 10 days before their much anticipated debate. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest from Washington.
This morning, a stark warning from President Joe Biden reverberating after a fundraiser with former President Obama in LA, predicting the next president will likely nominate 2 new justices to the Supreme Court.
I think it is one of the scariest parts of it. Look, the Supreme Court has never been as out of kilter as it is today. I mean, never.
Biden has pointed to the overturning of Roe v. Wade and the controversies revolving around conservative justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito. The Biden campaign now planning multiple events for the end of this month to mark the 2nd anniversary of the court's decision. Former President Trump has touted appointing 3 conservative justices to the high court during his time in office. Trump holding events in Michigan, a swing state he won in 2016 and Biden narrowly carried in 2020. The former president claimed that he's been the best president for African Americans.
We've done more for, and I say this, I say it proudly, more for the black population than any president since Abraham Lincoln.
The Biden campaign immediately slammed Trump, citing skyrocketing black unemployment and uninsured rates during Trump's time in the White House. It's Trump's first appearance in the state since his hush money conviction out of New York.
As for the big debate, Biden and Trump will face off next Thursday, June 27th. The campaigns have agreed there will be no audience, and unless a candidate is speaking, their microphone will be turned off in hopes of avoiding the chaos of previous debates. I'm Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Well, back here at home, big things are happening at the Southwest Research Institute as officials broke ground on the company's new hypersonic engine research facility. The $34 million, two-story, 36,000 square foot building will help meet increasing demands for high-speed engines. Research at the facility will include the evaluation of a supply chain designed to produce high-speed engines in a shorter amount of time than ever before.
The ability to do this at Southwest Research Institute is important. So the idea is that we're bringing a lot of the pieces that it takes to manufacture this all into one place. And the nice thing is we already had a lot of that skill, not necessarily at this scale, but we had these kinds of technologies available here at the Institute.
Yeah, sounds pretty exciting. Well, this new facility is also expected to bring more jobs to San Antonians, and we'll go ahead and keep you updated on that.
Pride events have been going on all month long here in South Texas, and this weekend we caught up with one at Phil Hardberger Park. It's the second year in a row they've had this. It's a free event. They welcomed families and people of all ages to the park for a 2-mile hike to the land bridge over Wurzbach. Organizers say it's just one of many ways to celebrate diversity, both in nature and in ourselves.
There's different ways you can celebrate, right? Like you can enjoy the arts, you can enjoy a lot of cultural things, taste some food, but I think just being able to go out in nature doesn't care who you are. And so I like to see more of those events that encourage you to just go out at your own pace.
While the Pride hike is over, there's still plenty of fun to be had at Phil Hardberger Park, whether you're a biker, hiker, or just a nature lover. In fact, we have about 13 more days left in June. Plenty of events celebrating Pride coming up. You can head over to KSAT.com to see a comprehensive list of Pride celebrations happening all across our area.
Still ahead, we are getting ready for a dive into the pool for what's being called the largest swimming lesson in the world right here in San Antonio. We'll tell you when and how you can participate in just a few minutes.
Passengers on board 2 separate Southwest planes getting a mid-flight scare. One plane getting damaged in the air, the other nearly crashing off the coast of Hawaii. What the FAA is saying that led up to these 2 separate events coming up after the break. Federal regulators now opening new investigations into 2 absolutely terrifying incidents on Southwest flights. Both of them involved those Boeing 737 MAX planes.
Yeah, this is scary stuff here. ABC's Gio Benitez explains the moments leading up to one of those Boeings nearly going into the ocean.
The FAA investigating 2 serious incidents that happened to involve the Boeing 737 MAX. In one, a Southwest MAX 8 flight came within just 400 feet of slamming into the Pacific Ocean. The incident happening in April off the coast of Hawaii when, according to Bloomberg, the flight was forced to abandon a landing attempt on Kauai because of inclement weather.
Southwest 2786, moderate to extreme precipitation, 11 o'clock to 10 miles.
Bloomberg says it obtained a Southwest memo and that the less experienced first officer inadvertently pushed forward on the control column, warning alarms going off in the cockpit. The plane then climbed aggressively at 8,500 feet per minute.
It is very rare to end up losing what we call situational awareness, and especially getting too close to the ground or to the water. This was a very, very unusual situation.
Southwest telling us the event was addressed appropriately, as we always strive for continuous improvement. Meanwhile, we've learned another Southwest MAX 8 had a scary situation last month, a rare event called a Dutch roll, when a plane rocks in the air from side to side and from front to back, resulting in some structural damage to the plane.
The Dutch roll situation is incredibly rare. We have almost 100,000 flights over the planet every day with swept-wing airplanes, and this almost never happens.
And as for that Southwest flight in Hawaii, thankfully it landed safely in Honolulu with no injuries, but this is one the FAA is going to be looking at very, very closely. Gio Benitez, ABC News, Cleveland.
Yeah, scary stuff there, Ursula. Taking a look at live cam, and we see our skies here looking pretty good. I like the way you described it earlier. Would you say puffy, fluffy clouds?
Yes, they're real pretty, but they're not going to produce any rain.
Not yet. A few of them are. We've got a few of those bubble up, but yes, they'll be few and far between when it comes to those rain showers today. 90 so far is the high, 79 the low this morning, so it didn't cool down all that much. The record is 104, so back in 2011, you remember that was a really hot summer. We're going to see temperatures actually cool down. We may get some highs in the 80s coming up because of clouds and because of rain. We'll show you the forecast coming up.
The San Antonio Parks and Recreation Department inviting everyone to the world's largest swimming lesson. It's happening later on this week. The idea is to spread the word that swimming lessons save lives and prevent drownings. The free lesson for ages 4 and up from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. this Thursday on June 20th. The event's going to be held over at a dozen local pools, and registration starts an hour before the event. We have all that information on our website.
You know, my very first job was a swimming instructor.
Really?
Hopefully I helped those kids out. All right, looking for a way to get your kids active this summer? Well, what parent or guardian is not? The School of Ballet San Antonio is hosting summer camps, and the first one actually started today. The ballet camp will teach kids the art, history, and the physical side of the dance. The first summer camp that started this morning is called Fairy Tale Fun, and coming up later this summer, the School of Ballet San Antonio will also have camps for Peter Pan, Epic Villains, and the Nutcracker. Kids ages 4 to 10 can participate, and camps are about $300, so $295. You can learn more about the camps on our website, ksat.com.
We're talking about the Nutcracker in July.
Yep.
That's a Christmas
like a
ballet.
yeah.
That was my first ballet because I used to be a little ballerina when I was around 7 years old.
Yeah, and we did, I know Haley, she's producing our show, she did this story last week. She also said that the School of Ballet San Antonio has all the verbiage down for the, I couldn't even try to do it.
Well, don't your daughters do ballet?
Well, yes. Well, my younger one does.
Yes.
And I'll tell you.
And he's got the ballet bun thing
Oh, man,
going
I'm so
great.
good at it. You don't even know. I've got it down to an art.
Skills.
But transition to weather here, and you'll like this. This time of year, you got to be on your toes.
Hey.
That was a pretty good one.
I liked it.
Let's go right to the radar. Yes, we got to be on our toes because we do have the threat for some heavy rain headed our way by midweek. Here's a look at some of the showers we've got going on at the moment. No lightning strikes with any of this, so this is just a few downpours here and there. They're small and they're quick. So if you do happen to be one of the lucky ones that gets a brief shower, just know it'll last about 5 minutes or so and then move on its way. Let's look a little closer here at some of these cities that are in the path of these showers. Smiley, you're about to get a nice little downpour. Just to the north and east of Stockdale, a little bit of rain there. And then if you come back further south, Yorktown, Nordheim, Karn City, all seeing some of these little downpours. San Antonio has yet to see much of that. We saw a few this morning, but that's not to say we couldn't see a few of these pop up here around the city too this afternoon. We'll keep at a 20% chance of rain to account for that through the evening hours. As we go outside for you, 90 at the airport right now and at New Braunfels. Bernie and Seguin are both showing temperatures in the upper 80s. When you factor in the humidity right now, the heat index around 99 here in San Antonio, 102 Converse, 102 at Stinson, 103 Floresville. It's hot and it's sticky out there. That does not change today or tomorrow. And as we look at the clouds and radar, you can see the clouds kind of increasing here, those cumulus clouds, and some of those are bubbling up into showers and storms. But I want to take you down to the Gulf. And this time I have the visible satellite pulled up. So we're looking down from space, okay? And you can almost see a little bit of a circulation trying to take shape here. Now, this still has a lot of evolution to make, but it looks like this may be trying to become a little bit better organized. And as I said earlier, the National Hurricane Center thinks that this could get a name. And if it were to get a name, it would be Alberto. And you may be saying, well, what does that mean for us? Well, I don't think, even if it stays a tropical depression or if it becomes a tropical storm and gets named, I don't think wind and those kind of things are going to be the major impacts here. And it really is going to depend on its path. Right now, it looks like it's headed towards northern Mexico, but that actually is not bad for us because we're on the north side of the storm. And we're going to get a little disturbance on the north side of the storm with some good moisture that funnels into San Antonio as we get into Wednesday. So I'm going to fast forward here to Wednesday morning, 7 o'clock. Leading edge of this deep moisture starts to move in. And these bands will contain some very heavy rain. There's just going to be so much moisture in the atmosphere that they'll be very efficient rain producers. And if you get one of these little bands that kind of sits in one spot and trains, that's where you really get some big rainfall totals. So that's what we've got to be prepared for. That's not to say everyone's going to get a ton of rain or everyone's going to get flooding. But with numbers like this, you got to watch out for it. I think 3 to 5 inches east of San Antonio. San Antonio may be on the order of 2 to 4 on average. Lower numbers out west, bigger numbers along the coast. We could be looking up to half a foot of rain, if not more, along the coast. And so that will result in some flooding, I think. 93 Tuesday, 70% chance of rain Wednesday, Thursday, 60%. So those are kind of our 2 days. Temperatures come way down thanks to clouds and rain. And then we start to see the rain chance taper off, and it gets warmer by the weekend.
Thanks, Justin.
While decades of doing one job could seem boring for some people, but for one Southside barber, he says it's almost like he's never worked a day in his life. Coming up next, why he's still cutting hair after all these years.
I just thank the good Lord for letting me come to work every day.
You typically don't ask someone their age, but when you've been cutting hair as long as Pete Hernandez, it becomes a part of your legacy.
I've been cutting hair for going on 64 years, but 63 of that was right here.
I just think he's different. He's not the typical barber.
She would know. She's his niece. Today, Pete is 82, but he remembers cutting hair in 1982. Like it was yesterday.
Boys' haircuts was $1, men's haircuts was $1.25, and flat tops was $1.50. So, yeah, you had to cut a lot of haircuts to make a living.
That didn't stop Pete from pursuing his passion, even though his beloved south side of San Antonio has stayed packed with competition.
Barbershops are popping up like Taco Hut.
He's going to offer that difference. For the older clientele, the people that really want that still one-on-one, I know who my barber is.
Pete's barbershop is called Big and Little. It's named after a previous owner to reflect big in service and little in size because of the owner's height. While Pete doesn't share the same height range, his dedication to preserving the Southside community is strong. So, of course, he kept the name.
Anytime you need a haircut, just call.
Yeah, that's what I love about you. He can just call you and you'll open the doors for me.
It's a feeling you're not guaranteed at every barbershop, and it's a love for a job you're not guaranteed in every career. But this is a community Pete spent his life building that he says can't be replaced.
Competition is fierce, but hey, if you're a good barber, you'll keep your customers. So I've been blessed, you know. That's my motto. If you're happy, I'm happy.
We're so proud of him. We're so proud of him. Like all of our family is so proud of him. And
so Pete's life advice is to love what you do and do what you love. In San Antonio, Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
Refreshing iced tea, summer crafts, and something I actually know how to do pretty good.
Really?
And you should too. Make your own pickles at home.
Okay, I'm going to have to pay attention to this. Well, this is an encore episode of SA Live with Mike and Fiona at Historic Market Square. Here's a sneak peek at what's on the show today.
Go ahead. Spin. I know you want to spin. Spin.
Okay.
Show off your
No.
outfit. He's
Anyway,
having a terrific time.
we are trying to stay cool in this weather, and Tasson expert Tyler Beakley is here. Tasson is?
Tasson is an herbal tea, but we'll just call it tea. Tasson's a little too fancy. Not for Mike, but for us. So this is tea.
And I like drinking iced tea, right? But there's a way to do it.
Yeah, so you're going to make it triple strength, and you're going to choose cooling herbs.
Okay.
You make it really strong. That way when you pour it over ice, doesn't dilute
We will
it.
explain what cooling herbs actually are.
And Jen is over at Pinspiration for some Father's Day gift ideas.
That's right, gifts made with love from the heart, right? So they've got all your DIY projects. Yes, you rock, Dad. We're gonna show you a fun one with that theme, and there's so many different projects you can do. Also, if you don't know what to do with the kids, this summer camps are underway. Registration begins now, and there's so many fun ideas. We're gonna show you a good handful of them today on SA Live.
And the way to Dad's heart is through his stomach. And how about some good pickles? Sarah Wilburn is here. Make your own?
In less than 24 hours.
Really? She's got all the rubs and the recipes for it too, and they go great on little snacks. And
we are going to tell you what's streaming this summer that you're going to want to sit down and just knock out.
That and a whole lot more Oh yeah, I watched that one coming.